On this exclusive series, we're taking you beneath the surface and sharing advice and lessons learned straight from our leadership. We hope these special episodes help you and your teams better leaders for the dirt world. All right, let's dig in. Do you remember that first time we did this? What were you thinking?
What in the world am I doing?
Yeah, that's exactly what
I thought. I did not know. I didn't have a clue.
But it's really been helpful for me in a lot of cases. I think throughout my career, I've been able to work with most anybody I worked around, but, I couldn't pinpoint, why their personality was the way it was or, really understand the way they think. But this really opened my eyes to that, I think. And, now I think I have a better understanding of how to work with somebody with a certain DiSC style. I can really a lot of times you can pinpoint what someone's DiSC style is after you've talked to them for 5 or 10 minutes and really, let you know how you can better work with that individual. And also in some cases maybe, there were some people I didn't have the respect for that I, because I didn't really like their personality, but it gave me a better understanding of maybe who they are and, just that I need to work differently with them and, not to hold their personality type against them.
Yeah, I definitely think. I mean, that part about looking in the mirror and how can I adapt to work better for this man and taking that road, it definitely helps. And then there's been one case in particular. We had a junior leader that came to me very frustrated, and he was frustrated with a gentleman that has been with us a long time. He's probably lateral on the chain of command, so to speak. But I listened to the young man for about 30 minutes, and I said, have you sat down and done a DiSC analysis between your personality and him? Because they didn't know each other that long. They had only been working together probably 3 to 4 weeks. And he said, no, I hadn't even thought about that. So he went home that night. He did the DiSC analysis. He called me the next morning and said, I don't think you don't need to come to a job. He said, I think I got this figured out. And lo and behold, about 2 days later, he called me back and he said, it worked, man. He said, I understand him now, and I looked in the mirror and I know how to adapt to work with him.
I think it's helped our entire team work better together, the ones that have been through the analysis and, a lot of them have been shared what the individuals that they're going to be working with are, and, I think it's helped everybody become a better team.
And I think all of us too, though, especially this time of year. I mean, the old dog days of summer, you and I talked about this yesterday. It's hot, it's humid, everybody's tired. We're short-handed. People are on vacation, and I think that's where we as teammates. I mean, if you're particularly struggling with somebody, it's take a breath, look back, and maybe go back to some of this stuff that we've put out there and trained for. And I know it's hard to stop sometimes when everything's wide open like it is right now in the summer, but I think it's a good reminder for all of us that we have these tools in our tool belt and just take a break and use them.
Absolutely. I mean, we tie it to the core values and obviously the DiSC analysis that we've done. And you're right. I mean, anytime, because it gets heated. I mean, it's hot, it's muggy. Things don't quite go the way as we plan them to go. But if you'll utilize this and understand who you're dealing with, it may soften the blow a little bit and be able to keep some momentum and get some things done. But, we've had multiple stories about the same story you just told. I mean, I've had 4 or 5 myself. It's helped me somewhat be maybe more forgiving and have that respect, Tim. I mean, because
right.
It's like because used to it's kind of like, well, do you accept that kind of behavior or do you accept that kind of response? But the fact of the matter is that's just who they are.
Right.
And so you have to. So once you understand them, it's like, whoa, he's a D. He's going to be mean to me, so I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. Don't get mad at me when I tell you this, and you break the ice, and it tends to you get some traction there, you get some things done, and then you got someone that really needs a lot of information, and you're like, why have I got to keep explaining this to him? Why does he need all this detail? I just need you to go over there and drop a pile of dirt behind that stake over there that's labeled pad 53. Well, the fact of the matter is that's who he is. He needs that information, and you have to respect that and explain that what and the why to that individual. So I think
you've
it's
done a
powerful.
Good job adjusting to whatever that. You've even done it with me. I remember I used to come in in the beginning, and I'm a high I. And I'd come in and I'd tell Brian, I said, man, I got exciting news. And Brian would say, that's exciting. And I said, that's your exciting voice. Like, come on, let's jump. I need a hug or something. Let's do something. So you've even had to adjust for me being on the I side.
Absolutely.
It's been good. It is cool to hear these guys and girls embrace this and really use this as a tool, not just look at it as, all right, this is another training, useless training. Like, I can use this. I can use this on my teams.
And I'll tell you, in the beginning, when we put kind of our senior level leaders through this, at the time, back in 2017, 18, we had a lot of in-team fighting. And I don't think a lot of it was intentional. I just think it was they just didn't know how to communicate with one another and how to understand each other. But once we had the consultant come in to train on it, they went through this for a year. That group of people really got a whole lot better together.
Yeah.
And that, to me, is when that was the catalyst for a lot of the traction that we picked up with our vision of being the best, and then obviously creating our academy and everything else. So, I think it's huge. I'm just grateful that our leadership and our team development group pulled it all together. And we don't need to stop it. We need to keep this as part of our program. And I think one thing now, as far as our leadership, all new employees have gone through DiSC analysis.
They're doing it in
and
orientation.
So we've at some point, everybody in the company may have a sticker on a hard hat or some sort. So we kind of understand who they are and how we need to communicate with them, how we need to talk to them, but also how that we receive their information back. So good stuff. Very, very, very grateful for the team for making us go through that, because I thought you were crazy when you brought it to me.
I know you did too. I know you did, and it might have been crazy. But what's cool is in the beginning, there were certain styles that people thought, well, you don't want to be that one, you don't want to be that one, and now
you don't
I
want
think,
to be a D.
Yeah, you don't want to be a D. But now I think everybody realizes some of our best leaders are Ds.
Yeah.
There's no wrong style. It's just
how you're born and
learning
who you are,
learning how to adapt to the person that may have a different one.
That's key, the ability to adapt.
Well, again, if you are a D, you have the core values that keep you in line.
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
And then if you're a C, you need to speak up. You need to talk a little bit.
And remember, us I's, we need a hug.
I's need hugs. Yep.
I need a hug.
And S's are very patient to a certain point, right? Because they do lean towards the D a little bit. You can go that way. So
no doubt.
We can only take so much.
Y'all are very patient. Yeah, that is a good S quality. Yeah. All right.
So that's DiSC. Anything else on DiSC?
I don't think so.
That's a wrap.
Until next time, keep leading with purpose and passion. If you liked listening to the Give Us a Dirt podcast, we want you to hit the like button and subscribe for more great content.